With the fantasy football season, and here's a few kickers I would start this week. The first guy's Tyler Bass of the Buffalo Bills. So Tyler Bass, he had a good week one in his debut of the season. He hit a 27-yarder, 33-yarder, a 45-yarder, and an extra point. And this week he's got a good matchup once again at the Miami Dolphins, where obviously this is going to be a grinded out type of division game in my opinion. And I think Bass, once again, he's going to hit 2 or 3 field goals and have a few extra points. And this guy's money. He can hit the long field goal. He's going to hit his extra points. And this Buffalo Bill team, they're a team that's always in the red zone a lot here. So once again, fire up Bass and have him in your starting lineup, because I think he could reach double-digit fantasy points. Once again here in week 2, the next kicker I look to start this week's Robbie Gould of the San Francisco 49ers. So Robbie Gould had a great outing in week 1 here for the Niners, hitting a 44-yarder, hitting a 52-yarder. I know he missed a 53-yarder in that one, but he also had 5 extra points. So this game at Philly here in week 2, I think could be a shootout. And I think once again, Robbie Gould has a pretty decent chance of having double-digit fantasy points, because the Philadelphia Eagles in week 1, they did a good job versus the Atlanta Falcons, holding Koo to 2 field goals in that one. And I think Robbie Gould's going to get 2 or 3 opportunities of field goals and a few extra points as well. And right here, he's in a pretty good offense in San Francisco, where he should have many opportunities this season. And this week, I think he will. Once again, the next kicker I would look to start this week is Matt Gay of the Los Angeles Rams. So Matt Gay, he had a good week 1 for the Rams here. And he was a highly touted kicker in fantasy drafts, taken in 82% of leagues. So in week 1, he hit a 55-yarder and a 27-yarder and 4 extra points. And here at Indianapolis, another indoor game here for the Los Angeles Rams. No wind, obviously, no climate problems. And I think, once again, Gay's going to go out there and get double-digit fantasy points. This Ram team, they're going to score a lot of points this season as long as Matthew Stafford's healthy and happy with this roster. And I think that's what's going to happen once again in Indianapolis. They're going to get a lot of red zone opportunities. Stafford, he's going to throw 2 or 3 touchdowns, in my opinion, in that one. And Matt Gay, he's going to have many chances to have a good fantasy day. And right now, he's definitely a kicker I would start this week. The next kicker is Young Ho Koo of the Atlanta Falcons. So Young Ho Koo, he had 2 field goals in week 1 here. And the Falcons, they pretty much just couldn't get in the red zone at all in week 1. But Koo hit his 2 chances with a 24-yarder and a 27-yarder in that game. And now here in week 2 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it's going to Tampa Bay. I don't think they're going to score many touchdowns. Here's the Atlanta Falcons. I think it's going to be a similar game like it was in week 1 for the Falcons, where they're going to have trouble driving the ball down the field. Tampa Bay's defense, in my opinion, is better than Philly, and Philly had the blueprint how to stop the Atlanta Falcons. I think Koo's going to get a few more chances with even longer field goal attempts in this one. It wouldn't surprise me to see him hit a 50-plus yarder and maybe a 30 or a 40-yarder in this one. So Koo, he's pretty much a start each and every week. I know he had a down week 1 with only 4 fantasy points, but he's a kicker I'm definitely going to run out there once again this week and start in the 5th and final kicker I would look to start this week, Brandon McManus of the Denver Broncos. So McManus had a pretty solid week 1 versus the New York Giants. He had 8 fantasy points in that one with a 26-yarder, 37-yarder, and 3 extra points. And now here in week 2, they're at the Jacksonville Jaguars, where the weather's usually great, good kicker environment. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're going to give up a lot of points this season. We saw a weak Houston Texan team go up and down the field versus them in week 1. And we even saw Joey Sly have a good fantasy day at the kicker position. So right here, Brandon McManus, I think he's going to reach double-digit in kicking points this week. One of the best legs in all of pro football. So right here, it's a no-brainer as well to put McManus in your starting lineup. And I'm still surprised he's available as well in 84% of fantasy leagues. So that's a few kickers I look to start here in week 2 of the fantasy football season.